Hi Groupsters, Andy from the Car Boutique here, an accessory review this time. So today we're going to be looking at the Gyeon Prism Plus, okay, detailing light. But before we crack into this in a lot of detail, let's play some music. Okay, the Gyeon Prism Plus detailing light. Now, this is not a paid promotion, it's not a sponsored video. I paid full retail price for both of these from Clean and Shiny. They're just down the road from me, and there's no agenda. Okay, so we'll be open and honest, and we're going to go into quite a lot of detail on this one because this is going to be an education piece for you guys if you're looking at buying a light similar to this, but it's also going to give you an evaluation of this light itself. So out the box, I'll explain why I bought two as well when I get and later on in the video. Now in the box itself, you get the actual light, you get two diffuser caps. I'm going to go into a lot more detail. You're going to get an instruction book and you're also going to get the power lead. Now you'll notice that it says Gyeon powered by Scangrip, and you'll also notice it's got Scangrip on the actual plug as well. Essentially, this is a Scangrip light with Gyeon branding. So the two companies have got together in a collaboration to bring you this product. That's what attracted it towards me. I've used Scangrip before, all right, and I'm a big believer in Gyeon being one of the best brands out there for detailing products as well. So when these two merge together, I think there's something special. Now, I've been using this for the last 6 weeks, and I've got to the point whereby I know enough about the light, okay, to bring you an impartial review of the actual light itself. Okay, so I'm going to reposition the camera and then we're going to start looking into the actual construction of all this stuff. We're going to look at the functionality. We're going to show you how it looks in the room and try and give you a bit of an education piece as to what you should be looking for when you buy a light like this, and ultimately how a light like this can truly take your detailing to the next level. Okay guys, we've taken the camera in so you can have a real good look at this light. Okay, so the Gyeon Prism Plus, really good. It's made of aluminium with this rubber seal around it. It is IP rated, so it's chemical resistant and waterproof as well. And it's a good sturdy design. Now there's a couple of ways you can sort of utilize this light. If you're using it to sort of inspect machine polishing and looking for high spots of ceramic coating, you may want to sort of use this manually where your hand can go in there, all right? And you'll see, okay, the ergonomic design. There's sort of areas there where your fingers rest in, so your hand can go up there and rest actually in the light, all right, and it's nice and comfortable. You also know that it's got it's got an adjustable stand as well, so you can sort of put it on the floor and create your own angle that you want. And it's also got a hole there, so you can buy a dedicated stand to stand mount it as well. All the controls are on the back, and we're going to go into a lot more detail on this. Essentially, you've got a power on and off, you've got activation of Bluetooth, and you've got a method whereby you can toggle through the controls in terms of different light frequencies and power of light intensity as well. There's also a nice little feature there. That's where you plug in your power lead, but it's also, this can be used as a power bank as well. So you've got a USB out, so if you're caught short and you want to power your mobile phone, plug your USB in that and use the power within the internal battery. All right. The actual diffusers that you get, which I'll go into a lot more detail. You get two of these, and they're sort of magnetic, and they just click on the front there. All right, and you get two of them for different sort of graduations of diffusion, and we'll look at why these are in this pack as well. The power lead is just a standard power lead, okay, with a USB, and the lead, like I said, plugs into the back there. All right, so that's the physical construction, very well built. One thing I did forget, there's a couple of magnets there, and I'm going to show you how useful they are, and these are really strong magnets. So it's obviously what we're going to talk about. You can actually put this on metal to sort of hold your light. I've been using that when I've been doing engine sort of cleans. I've been mounting this on the metal with the light looking down. All right, so that's one quick use of the light. So we're going to go into looking at some more specification, and then I'll have a play. Okay guys, we're going to have a quick look at the light specification, and as part of that process I'm going to sort of try and help you make an informed judgment when you are looking at lights to purchase. Okay, so I've got the specification list here. It's got an internal battery. Okay, now the battery usage is relative to what power setting you've got, so they quote sort of between 1 and 10 hours. It's going to be 10 hours if you're on the lowest setting, right down to 1 hour when you're really kicking out the power. Now, a top tip when you get this, make sure you charge it fully, all right, before first use. And if you are not planning to use this, do not put it away in a discharged state, because if you put it away for a long period of time, it's going to discharge even more and more and more to a point whereby you can't actually recharge this, and that goes for pretty much everything. If you've got an item that requires recharging, for an internal battery, never put them away fully discharged, because they will naturally discharge more and more and more, and they're not designed to do that. In addition, if you are not using this, just give it a trickle charge sort of every 30 days as well, to stop it getting to a point whereby it discharges to the point where it becomes dysfunctional. Okay, so a few top tips on the battery there. I'm going to show you how you control all the lights shortly. There's no cable involved with this. Right, okay, so it talks about light intensity and light output. So it quotes 250 to 2,500 lux. It also quotes 120 to 1,200 lumens. So if you're comparing lights for lights, a light against another light, make sure you're using the same sort of reference, i.e. either compare the lux, the quoted lux levels, or the quoted lumens levels. I'm going to keep it quite simple. I used to teach all about all this kind of stuff, so I can go into a lot more detail, but I'm going to try and keep it as simple as I can. The lux figure is the amount of light that's physically reaching the surface, all right? So the closer you get with this, okay, the higher the lux figure will be on the actual surface which you are illuminating. When you look at lumens, that's really the output power. A lumen, i.e. a maximum of 1,200 lumens, is going to be how much this item is actually kicking out at source, all right? But clearly, the relationship between lumens and lux is relative to how the light dissipates, because you could have 1,200 lumens coming out of this, but if the light is dissipated, all right, in a wide sort of field, the actual lux levels on the bit that you're trying to detail is going to be lower. So it's all to do with designs. The bottom line is, if you are looking for intensity, compare the specifications lux for lux or lumens to lumens. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And all I'll say in addition to that is this is powerful. So 1,200 lumens, we're going to hopefully show you how bright that is. That weight is about 800 grams. It's a nice sturdy bit of kit. It feels quality. All right, like I said, it's aluminium and a robust bit of kit. And hopefully if I drop this, which I probably will, it's got the rubber sort of band around it to protect it. All right. It's got USB, running time 1 to 10 hours, and it's got a 2-year return to base. Now, one other thing that it quotes, and like I said, I'm not going to get too geeky, but it's really, really important. If you're looking at one of these lights, you really do need to be looking at the CRI, which is the color rendering index. All right. Now, the coloring rendering index is essentially a reference to how well this light or any light produces a light source that is similar to or identical to the light from outside. So if you had a color rendering index of 100 from this light, the illumination, the effect on the paintwork would be exactly the same as the effect if you went outside in normal daylight. So you won't get any surprises. If you've got a low color rendering index, i.e. 20 or 30%, you can machine polish your car inside and it'll look absolutely beautiful. But because that index is so low, when you go outside and daylight, you might have some nasty surprises. Now, if you're looking for a color rendering index on lights, anything above 80 is good. Okay, it's classed as good. Anything above 90% coloring rendering index is classed as excellent. This is 96 plus. So this is virtually simulating or replicating light that you get from outside. And that's important because what you don't want to do, A, is do lots of work inside, like I said, go outside and have some nasty shocks, but ultimately your car is going to be viewed, judged, enjoyed when you go outside. So if you can take that light inside to do all your paint correction and ceramic coating, everything, that is a great thing. So 96 plus on the index for this light, which is pretty good. It's excellent +6. Okay, so that's a bit more information on that. Okay, so the instructions also quote color temperature, 2,500 to 6,500 K. So when you're looking at light, you're looking at a broad range. So what is that K? So essentially the K is degrees Kelvin, and that is the unit of color temperature. Now, looking at our light, it's looking at 2,500 to 6,500. So the 2,500, the lower that K figure, that Kelvin figure goes, is the warmer colors. The higher, i.e. in our case 6,500, is the cooler colors. All right. Now, why is that important? Why is that important for a light like this to be able to vary its color temperatures? Well, when you're shining this light onto a white car, it will look different to you shining this light onto a dark car. So this light affords you the ability to toggle through the lights, okay, to show up them imperfections. When you see me do some videos and I've got my little handheld one, I'm toggling through the different lights. That's me finding the correct color temperature that shows best defects, high spots and ceramic coatings on my car. All right, the broader the range, the more range of between cool and warm, okay, and the bigger the range is the bigger frequency range, okay, which is big is best, I suppose, in this case. So you'll see me using this on a sort of warm color temperature and a cool color temperature, and I hope you'll be able to see the difference. It is a very, very useful function. Some of the cheaper lights have only got one color setting, and it's very, very restrictive. You really do need one if you're really looking at how effective your paint correction is, and certainly when you're looking for high spots, etc. When you're looking at ceramic coatings, you need that ability to toggle through the color temperatures to find the light that best shows the defects. Okay, so that's what the K bit means on the specification. Okay, the final bit before we start having a play, okay, you'll notice in the corner there's a Bluetooth symbol. Now, one of the great features about this is you can control this light and up to 4 lights using the Gyeon app, all right? And it allows you to make those sort of intensity adjustments and also the color temperature adjustments as well, all right? So you can control up to 4. It's a free app. And you're going to see the benefit of that. We're going to start having a play and get to the bit where you get to see these lights in action. Okay, folks, like I discussed, you can either put it in your hand like we did earlier. This isn't the one, but Scangrip do a tripod, so you can get the tripod that mounts one, or you can get one that's almost got a dual bar like this where you can actually mount 2. Other mounting options are utilizing the magnet, like what I've done there. All right, now the magnets on these, just watch me trying to remove this, okay? I'm pulling hard and listen to it is a super strong magnet, all right? You have got total confidence that that is going nowhere. And also the one that we've got on the ground there, all right? And you can clearly adjust this to give the level. So there's loads and loads of ways that you can utilize this. Okay, that was your first look at the light. That's on its lowest setting and on a nice warm color. All right, okay, cool. So we're gonna, first of all, we're gonna have a look at the Bluetooth app. Okay, folks, we're gonna show you how you control it via Bluetooth, and we're gonna have a look on the back and show you how you control it manually. I've turned the lights down a bit. It's up here using the magnets. Okay, so we've selected that unit on the actual app itself. And the height, I've got control over the sort of color, those warm to cool colors, and also the actual intensity of the light. So I'm going to stand out sort of here, and hopefully you'll see all the differences in the light. What I'm also going to do later on, I'm going to turn off all the lights and just show you how powerful this is, right from 10% to 100%. So that's me turning the light on, and that is on a warm color. So that's 2,500 Kelvin. Like I said, the lower the number, the warmer it is. So we'll keep it on 10% at the moment, just show you the color differences. So that's me moving up to 3,500, 4,500, 5,500, and 6,500. That is a bluer light, a brighter, sort of cooler light, going right down to the bottom again. It goes back to that nice warm color. Looking at the actual sort of power output, okay, that's 10%. I'll just do it up to 50%. 50%. And 100%. And I'm sure you can see the difference there. Right down to 10% and off again. So a really, really good app. You can also pin code this and no one's mucking around with it. And like I said, you can use this app to control up to 4 of these lights. Okay folks, it's me. We're going to have a quick look at this sort of manual control, right? So I'll try and get this as close as possible. I'm not sure how good the GoPro is going to be at doing this. So you've got the Bluetooth on and off. You clearly activate that to link to your phone. There's the on-off switch there, all right, which defaults to the power setting, your 10% to 100% sort of illumination. Now the good thing about this, it shows a relationship between the percentage and how much battery life you've got. Now, like I said right at the start, the quoted is between 1 and 10 hours. I've got on 10% and it's saying I've got 10 hours. Now, clearly, as I go up the power settings, it's gone down to 5, 50%, it's gone down, it's just dropped to 1, okay, and up to 100%. So it gives you a rough idea that the brighter the light, it's using more power, your battery time is going to go down, but that's at 10% and it's at 10 hours battery. Now to toggle this onto your sort of color temperatures, all right, you just hold the power button down. It then activates the sort of Kelvin range. So that's 2,500, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5. So you've got full control over your colors, and you can just see it go, the colors going up and down. Super easy. To put it back to use these for power control again, hold the on-off button, it then puts it down, and then you're looking at your power going up and down, and conversely your battery, your time remaining on battery, reacting accordingly. So super easy. Don't forget you've got your power bank setting there. If you forget a plug, you can use that USB to charge your phones as well. All right, so before we start going on to anything more, I'm going to turn all the lights out here. I'm just going to show you how powerful this light is in a big dark garage. So how exciting. Okay guys, bit of fun. Big garage. I've set the lights up there. I'm going to reposition the camera, and I'm just going to show you, even at 10%, how good or how powerful this light is. So I'm just going to reposition the camera now. Okay guys, this is all a bit weird, isn't it? Just you and me in the dark. There we go. Ooh, there's me with the app. Okay, and let's have a look. So that's it at 10%. That's it at 100%. Okay, so you can see just by that tiny little light how good it is at just illuminating a work area. Now we've got 2. All right, so it's going to be even really better. I'll just have a quick, I'll put it up to a brighter light. There you go. There's a difference in colors. So that's the 6,500 K, a bluer, whiter light. Go into the middle, slightly warmer, okay, and really warm. All right, so that's a better demonstration of sort of the light in use. Now, I've got 2 of these, and I'm going to explain why I've got 2 now. But that's just a bit of fun. So 50%, 100%. I'll turn it up to a nice blue light. And there's me. I'm looking at that, and it is really bright. Just a top tip, I rarely go above 25%, okay, because when you're doing paint correction and looking at high spots in ceramics, you really want to be, 1 or 2 meters away, okay. I only put it on 100% like this if I'm trying to illuminate an area, and these are great for camping, okay, because even at 10%, you've got 10 hours use. Get 2 of these, you can illuminate your awning and all that kind of stuff. So I'm getting excited now. So what were we going to do? I don't know, I'll edit this in a minute. Okay guys, I got that excited, I had to show you. I put them both on, okay, 100%, and look at that. And you can sort of see, it's almost like the effect of daylight, but we'll go into a bit more detail of that in a minute. So if you've got 2, you've got to use 2, so there you go. Okay guys, the reason why I bought 2 is it's just a bit easier for me when I'm doing paint correction and stuff. Now you find if you've just got 1, if I've just got 1 there and I'm doing paint correction, you can see it's sort of casting nasty shadows. I use the second one basically as an infill, all right, so I then use that, and when I'm doing it, okay, you can see, okay, it's the shadow isn't there because it's filling in, okay, it's illuminating what was a shadow. So rather than constantly have to move your lights, if you sort of elevate from 2 angles, it just makes it a bit easier. Yes, it's double the cost, but I'm sure you can see the benefit, hence why I bought 2. Okay guys, this is just a visual demonstration to show sort of the different color temperatures and different sort of light intensities. So just going through a bit of a recap, we've already established that different paints will react to different color temperatures. Like I say, you've seen me on video sort of flicking through them. So you can just sort of see the difference. I've selected it for the color temperature change, and we're just going to toggle through different color temperatures. So what you're basically doing is, if you're using this as an inspection light to sort of look at bits you've missed on paint correction, you just toggle through those temperatures until you find the color temperature that adequately shows up the defects. All right, looking at the intensities of the light, all right, you can quite clearly see difference in light temperatures. And the sort of golden rule that I go for is lower sort of light intensities for general inspection duties, but I will ramp it up to a much brighter light to sort of ruthlessly check for paint and coating defects. All right, now talking about defects, okay, and ceramic coatings, we're now going to look at those two caps and those two filters that went on the front. Okay guys, we're going to look at these two diffusers now. There's one that's slightly clearer and one that's more heavily sort of misted, and clearly that one's going to soften it and diffuse it even more. You can see that it's got little magnets which then go sort of onto the screw holes, and it's nice and easy. It's just clips on like that. I use these come into their own when you are using a ceramic coating. It softens the intensity, the harshness of the light, and it really does show up those high spots. All right, so we're going to see if I can sort of demonstrate it. So that's with the sort of the light on, quite a sort of harsh light. I'm just going to put a cap on. So that's the cap on, okay, like that. That's the cap off. So on, off, on, off, on, off. It just softens the light up a bit, okay, and it comes with its own. These were designed, okay, to facilitate the ability to look at those high spots on ceramic coatings, and they're really good. Not many in this sort of price bracket, around about £175 for these as of July 2022, come with this facility. This usually comes with more expensive ones. So if you are looking at taking your ceramic coating sort of professionalism to the next level, one of these lights with these diffusers will be golden to you for really showing up those high spots before you're sort of in a position whereby you're machine polishing down and all that kind of stuff. So really good addition to this accessory. Okay guys, that's us finished sort of analysing this. So I hope it's been educational in terms of sort of the specifications, sort of the lux, the lumen, the Kelvin, the colour temperatures and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to whiz through a recap and then I'll let you get on your way. All right, so remember the sort of the options for usage. You can put it on a tripod. You've got that ergonomic sort of hand design. So if you're checking your machine polishing or looking for your high spots in ceramic coatings, you can sort of grab it by the hand, nice and comfortable, and check your sort of high spots and defects. It's got the super powerful magnets, so you can mount these on anything metal. And the beauty of this, if you had a workshop and you've got 4 of these, you can mount these on attach them to around your workshop, and you can use that remote control to color to adjust the intensity and also the color temperature, which is great. You can control up to 4. Okay, you've got full control over the light using the light fitting as well as the app. Remember, you've got the diffusers and they come into their own. They really do when you're looking for high spots on paint correction. It's got good battery life. And I can't really say much more. You've got that confidence straight away because it's basically powered by Scangrip. You're getting essentially a Scangrip light in Gyeon sort of branding, and that's basically the way it is. All right, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any top tips, if you've used this light before, post a comment on YouTube or Facebook. That would be great. If there's an angle or some way you can utilize this that I haven't discussed, share it with people, educate people. So if you haven't joined our Facebook or YouTube, please feel free to do so. We'd love you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to support the YouTube channel, to help it grow, and also to join our Car Boutique Facebook group where we are super friendly. anyone can join that group that's interested in detailing, and you can ask a high-level question or a question that you potentially would be ridiculed in other forums. You will not in the carpet tea. Anyone that causes problems, we just get rid of, okay? Because at the end of the day, let's face it, we make cars look clean and shiny. That's all we're doing. It's not that important, but if we can get a group of people together to share a passion, okay, like clearly I do, and I'm getting excited now, let's help each other out. Remember, you started your journey right at the start where you knew nothing as well, okay? So a silly question to you might be a real learning curve for someone else as well. So please come and join us. Like I said, hope you enjoyed the video. Look, we've got plenty coming up. We're looking at various ceramic coatings and all that kind of stuff, which is coming up soon as well. So stay tuned and look out for the next video. So as always, take care, and from Team TCB, Arthur, Steve, and myself, Andy, and all our moderators, thank you very much, okay, and see you on the next installment.